All right, the greatest day, Utah Beach. Back to GTS, one of my top systems, 3 systems of the year. Trying to get 20 sessions of this in this year. Yeah, so I'm just starting out. I was punching and clipping it here behind the camera here to play this on physical form. Might do it again. But I was like, no, I can't wait. So I wanted to play it. Well, here I am at the end of the scenario. Basically, the goal of this scenario is the 506 with Easy Company and D Delta or Dog, I don't know what they call it, C and Charlie Company, take out the Brecourt Manor thing. Well, didn't happen. Basically, I'll tell you, I only had one command point to do something with a direct command chit as my last chit. The division chit only got pulled in the first turn, so they had very few points. I saved 1 point to go in. I should have saved 2, but I couldn't, I don't think. But I saved 1. It's a good thing I did that, so at least one guy could go in. My unit with 7 rating rolled a 9. Assault finished, points done, game over there. I mean, game over, because that was their primary task, and they weren't getting the other ones done. So then the other task was to get 4 steps of the 4th Infantry Division, not in column. I think that's a very interesting thing, into here. Well, I got a tank in there. I assume that counts as 2 steps. Then I had 1 in column, but he started in column, and he could go over here, and he would make it and then go out of column. And I would have got that. At least I would have got 1 of my 3 things. The 3rd tertiary task was they needed 8. I'm sorry, they had to have 5 command points by the end of the game, which I think is cool because it kind of simulates, like, this isn't the end of the game. Like, when you're playing this, you're going to want more command points. You're not going to want to run yourself out. The success, they took out a Knock unit in here to help free up the road. I'm not really, so that was cool, but these guys rolled terrible for points in the first turn. Oh, well, that was another problem. Gosh, I'm sorry, I have to look again. The 4th Infantry Division chit didn't come up. I made them, anyway, it came up as the last chit, so they didn't get to get points in the first turn and second turn. Small scenarios like this, the chit draw just can destroy you or reward you, and it destroyed me here. Well, okay, so then I still wanted to try to do it, so I was going to move this guy out of here. To do that, I have to roll troop quality check because there's a mine in there. Oh, they would be suppressed. Let me go ahead and just do that to add insult to injury. Combat suppressed. Probably, you can't spend that to get that off there. So they actually in suppressed, they take some mine damage. And so I failed 2 troop quality checks, a 7 and a 5. I rolled a 9 and an 8. So boom, ba-doo, boom, boom, boo-hoo. Is that right? Yeah, I rolled a 7, not an 8. So he couldn't make it. That's that. Couple things I'm not really clear. Oh, so I mentioned what I like about the scenario is that little thing there. Again, this is just to kind of get you started. There's artillery in there, so that's cool. They didn't really get to do much because the 506 was able to get in right next to him. These guys were failing their opportunity checks, so that was cool. I put a barrage on this guy early, so that was good. They couldn't hit anything because it was all zeros to go because this stuff is crazy hard to hit infantry in. Everyone starts out with 1 step. So I was able to get in there and shoot at him, which disbanded the artillery park, which was good. So I distracted him from firing on the causeway, but I couldn't destroy it. Yeah, the way things fall like that, and to have 5, you'd have to get some pretty sweet, because the command rating for the 5, I don't know if that's the right term, but they get 3 command points. The 5th do automatically, but I rolled zeros on 2 or 3 of the units for points, so they couldn't get jack. I'm not really clear the purpose of the rear guard in this guy. The rear guard could move next to the guy that was here, but I don't really know what value that would be because I just don't know what the value of that is, because you can't assault him unless you use the optional rule, but I think they have to be with somebody to do it. I don't think rear guards can assault because they're 0 step. That's a good question. What can, yeah, yeah, I think you have to use the optional where 0 could be assaulted and not go automatically out. So I can't imagine a rear guard can assault on its own. It doesn't have any ratings either. So I'm not really clear the purpose of those. Maybe to spot for somebody, but they don't have that fire of capability. And then these 2 units here, I don't know if it's just to block people out. I assumed they couldn't build into the bocage because it says a fire rating, but they have no movement and it's a win. So I need to look at that again. It seems kind of weird that they could do that. I didn't. I mean, I guess you could look if this is a way to go around, but there's no way. Because you'd have to go and move into here, wait at activation, and then do an engineering action. You don't have time. It's kind of interesting, the mix of units here. So I'm guessing I don't know all the rules well enough. I mean, I think it's possible with a few more points you could get some guys move. I couldn't move because you have to stop on that minefield here. So with the division activation, which I don't remember how many command points they start out with, but maybe a direct command chit is nicer to get in first because then you can go in there and then that's your move into there, and then you get the division, hopefully roll high, get a bunch of points, use an engineer action, and then you can start moving people through there, and that would help a ton. I think I will play it physical next. Just to reiterate myself, it's been since, well, I played that race for, what did I play? Race for Bastogne, I think, or something last year. So some rule muddiness here. It's kind of, a lot of it's the same rule stuff. And also I kind of went out of order. Got to really slow down and think through what I'm doing here because you do want to do things in the right steps. But, what was I going to say? You can move into column, but not out in the same turn or something like that, or spend points on it. I kind of, moving in and out of column and moving leaders is just always kludgy to me. And I always feel like when I'm playing like this, and it's been a while, I'm like, I feel like I'm missing some things. So what I need to do is, continue punching this out, get it set up. I can use this as my guide to, there are not a lot of play aids out yet for this. I need to kind of reach out to the teams and see if they have somebody working on the troop or counter layout guides, like this goes here. And this one's easy, but it's still nice to know. And I think for a beginner scenario, it's nice to have that stuff so you know who you're pulling out and who you're getting and doing all that business. And things like my wife's home from a business trip. So do the independents there count as a part of the division or the regiment, for victory conditions? I think they do they're assigned to them and on the division card. So as far as I'm concerned, they're a part of it. But, all right, that's that. It was fun. I like GTS, man. I'll talk to you next time. See ya. I'm punching, but I just can't wait. I've got to play.